we will be.
Yep. Cool.
I'm going to try and put this out because that really frustrates me when other people do that. So I don't want to be the cause of that.
All right. Okay.
Don't set the place on fire. I know we want to move, but
2 weeks.
All right.
2 weeks I managed not to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Do you want to go?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to the TGS podcast.
I thought you was actually going to do the 3, 2, 1
Yeah,
and
I
go
did.
because
that's why you said 3, 2, 1 and go, and then
Did I say that out loud? I meant to do it in my head.
and also he said like 3, 2, 1 go. And I thought, oh yeah, so that means he's going to do 3, 2, 1.
On 3 means on 3. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the TGS podcast.
Hello.
We've got a full house today.
Hello.
Have we? Yes, we have.
we do.
There he is.
Yeah.
We have Keith Souch,
Hello.
myself, John Brown, Sarah Haskell,
Hello.
and Ruben Shaw.
We've got the founders together.
Hi.
Like,
The founders are together.
and Sarah.
The founding fathers and Sarah.
The founders. And Sarah.
The founding fathers and Sarah sounds like a great band.
I feel privileged actually that I'm allowed to join in with the founding fathers.
The
So
founding.
thank you.
This
Yeah.
is the founding fathers podcast.
Yes,
You're
we
very
are
welcome,
that
Although I
old.
feel weird saying you're very welcome because it's like you're as much part of this as any one of us. So
Yeah.
Ah.
absolutely. Welcome, hello, thank you for joining us. If you are live right now on Twitch, hello to you. And also, if you're playing back the podcast, please do like and share. You know the rules.
Yeah.
And leave your comments below. Today we are mostly going to be talking about.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh yes, we are.
Brought to us today by View Cinemas in Portsmouth.
They are indeed, and if you're
So-
listening outside of Portsmouth, then there is
So
a
check
View
them out
cinema
at,
near
obviously,
you.
at myview.com.
Yes, please do. That would be awesome
There
if
we
you
go.
could do that.
Did our plug.
But
Thank
go
you.
to the
We
Portsmouth
did.
one. It's excellent.
Go to the Portsmouth one because they're amazing.
Yeah, they're good. They're good dudes.
They're so good.
And dudettes.
They're awesome. Yeah.
They've been very good.
Yes.
We love them.
Right.
Yes.
And
Also,
for that reason, we are going to talk about Guardians,
and we're also going to be playing the opening hour of Prey,
which is on screen for you to see right now.
which is some kind of quasi-sequel reboot thing of Prey.
Yeah. What is it?
What is it? Is it a sequel?
It's not
Is it
Prey
a
2, which had that really cool
It's not
Johnny
Prey
Cash.
2.
It's actually on our old YouTube page is one of our most viewed videos ever was the Prey 2 demo, which makes me think people actually wanted to play that game. I know I fucking did. Remember the one with Johnny
It
Cash?
looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
did it not come out then? Or?
No, it got scrapped. And then 5 years later, this showed up.
appears.
Yeah.
So we don't know
so
if this is a sequel, if it's a reboot.
Because in the other one, you're going to be like a bounty hunter, taking on aliens in an open world thing. It looked fucking fantastic. The
It looked
concept
damn
was great.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so this should be quite exciting then, really.
This is a whole
To
new
see.
thing. Apparently, you can morph into
This is
stuff.
different.
You can turn into a
Yeah.
toaster and things like that if you
Ooh,
want
I
to.
love turning into a toaster.
Yeah, it'll be like
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
so we'll be making John Lasseter quite proud there.
Be amazing.
John Lasseter, Brad Bird,
Nice.
Brave Little Toaster.
Brave Little Toaster was.
The
Yeah,
one
Brave
they,
Little
when,
Toaster.
one they did when they sort of got fired from Disney.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't think it was. It wasn't.
I think it was Brad Bird at least, wasn't it?
It might be. I
Yeah.
don't want to say it is.
If
'cause
you
I
let
don't
us know, leave it in the
The
comments.
bird.
Yeah, let us in the comments. Say,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
idiots! It's this.
I think
And
Disney
give
own
us
it
the
now,
real-
though.
I think they do.
There's every chance.
The same way they own
Which
Brad
is
Bird
really
now.
funny.
Yeah.
The same way they own everything.
Right.
ever.
Anyway, so we're going to launch that, and then we're going to talk about all sorts of other shit as well. Obviously, all the sorts of other shit, if that shit is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which isn't
Oh,
shit.
by the way, right, before we go any further, there probably will be some spoilers.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to
Spoilers!
dance around it, but
Yeah.
fuck you. I don't want to do that. Right? Because I love this fucking movie, and I want to
I
talk
did
about
wonder.
it.
I
want
did
to
wonder.
talk about it without
Yeah.
any fucking
We're gonna go.
holdbacks.
I think
and all
we
the rest
are.
of it. Basically,
Yeah.
if you're in America, wait a week to fucking see this because we got a week early, bitches.
Yeah. So officially,
Yes, it is.
You
I'm
may have
calling
chucked
this
us out of
now.
the country, but we get your Marvel movies a fucking week early.
Officially.
Oh,
Oh, there he is. He's going in.
No offence to,
Nice.
to our
oh,
American
come on! If
viewers.
they're still offended by something that happened that long ago and they won, it doesn't matter.
However,
Yeah.
for a very brief moment, serious tone. There are spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you probably want to come back to this when you have.
I'm sure there'll be parts where there are no spoilers, but do you really want to fish through those? I could edit it, but who the fuck can care? Like, you know what I mean? That's a lot of work.
So if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 or 2, to be honest...
What the fuck is wrong with you? If you haven't seen Guardians, Volume 1. Volume 2, you've got an excuse. You might not have access to it yet. But Volume 1, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, it's so much fun sending this to Disney. Anywho, Volume 2. Yeah, spoiling ahead. So, yeah, you've had more than enough warning now. If you're still listening, then you deserve everything you get because we've warned you. There are spoilers ahead.
Come back afterwards. I'm sure it'll be informative and funny.
It will be informative and funny. So, on screen will be Prey. This is the first time we've played Prey, so...
Yeah, so I can't really talk about it. We'll talk about it a bit more towards the end, because then I'll have some kind of idea of what's going on.
Keith, you get that fired up. Now let's go into the business of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Before I do that, though, because we're on the game vibe at the moment and we're playing Prey, everything else, you've been...
I'm going to play it easy just so we can see it.
I've not got involved with the Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy game, which
we
I
will
believe
get
is
onto
a
that as well.
prologue.
We will get onto that
Is
as
it
well.
a prologue to Volume 2?
No.
It's not. Okay,
No.
that's fine.
No.
Then
No.
we can...
No, it's not.
Previous advertisements were absolutely wrong.
Let's go a little bit
it's
linear then.
bullcrap.
Let's move on. Let's just dive straight into the movie.
Okay.
We've all seen it.
Do I want a penis or do I want tits?
Tits.
Well, I want tits, but I have a penis.
Such a choice, man. Such a choice.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
you
the difference between want and need.
You were given a parental warning before you entered into this podcast, so if you're easily offended, that's your other warning.
It's just
Right.
biology. It's fine.
Now that we've got that out of the way,
I don't believe. I
Guardians of the
don't believe
Galaxy.
it's. I'll give you the penis is biology, but I don't think tits is an actual term.
tits is not an actual term. What, tits is a slang term, isn't it?
Here we have the man's penis,
Tits.
and over here is the woman is a pair of tits.
That was like a fusion of Einstein and Freud.
It was.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See Genius, by the way. It's on National Geographic. It's great.
That means if it's Einstein and Freud, I could write like a formula of why I want to fuck my own mum.
Wow.
Which mum, if you're listening, I don't.
Strong, even by my standards.
My brain,
I'm gonna
which
I know my
I'm gonna
silence.
regret that like
Of
fucking
which I
forever.
know.
my brain feels violated right now.
We haven't even got into this yet.
Well, that's Freud for you. He thinks everyone wants to fuck his own mum.
Well, this is true.
Do they
Yeah.
want to fuck his mum or their mum?
Who, Freud?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen her.
No. I think that there might be a psycho thing going on there,
Okay.
like a Bates thing.
Masturbate.
Can we move on?
Masturbates,
please?
yeah. Can
Yes,
we move
please.
on?
I'm with Ruben.
Ruben's slowly losing the
Okay.
corruption of his mind
So-
is going. It's just there.
Right, Guardians. Shall we recap what we thought of the first
Yes.
film quickly?
Let's do that. Yes.
Right.
Keith, you are the Guardians expert.
Yeah, I was
having-
like one of the few, like the 0.005% people that actually knew about Guardians before
Can I just
the movie came out.
get this in here, right? And I'll explain this from his perspective. So basically, what happened was we were in which movie was it where there was it the Collector end credit sequence, or what was it that gave you? Was
like
it Thor?
Thor? It might have been Thor.
Thor: Dark World?
No, it was Thor with like gave away the Infinity Gauntlet for me because
Yeah.
in there you saw the Infinity Gauntlet. Like blink and you'll miss it, but the Gauntlet was in Asgard.
So let me explain to you how this went, literally, and I'm going to give this to you exactly as it happened. Somewhere in a Marvel movie, he saw a post-credit sequence and maybe something that was in a movie, I can't remember which, but we were in a theatre, we were watching this movie, and this happened, and I quote, it went exactly like this: "Oh my fucking god, they're going to do the Guardians of the fucking Galaxy!"
Because if they're doing the Infinity Gauntlet, which from the Gauntlet, I said they had to do Guardians of the Galaxy because spoilers, Drax kills fucking Thanos in the comics.
So there's
Right.
me thinking...
I told everyone
the,
there'd be spoilers.
the Galaxy
Doesn't necessarily
of the
mean it's going to
what?
go that way because
Yeah,
like
just it happens in the comics. doesn't
yeah,
mean
as I
they're
say,
gonna-
just because in the comics, like his father isn't Ego. Ego is a planet, but his father is like Jason, which is like Jason but with a dash instead of an A. So Jason, Jason. But they sort of combine those two characters in the movie. Anyway, going back to the first movie.
So yeah, so there we are. We're in this, and I'm looking at him, going, "The Guardians of the what? The Galaxy Guard? What?" And he then tries to explain it to me, and that basically the Guardians of the Galaxy is, of course, this classic Marvel comic series from way back in the day.
It was easy just to pull out one of the graphic novels, but
And as I understand it, this is a second generation of Guardians, isn't it?
third.
third generation.
Third generation.
So I knew nothing about this, and I considered myself at this point. I just handed in my Marvel card because I was like, I'm a Marvel freak, and I know nothing about this. So he then went on to explain how Guardians was quite an obscure comic, actually, when you think about it.
Always was, yeah.
In the greater Marvel universe, and how it would be very interesting for them to incorporate the Guardians of the Galaxy into the MCU, given their kind of, you know, in the realms of Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, how kind of small they are in comparison to, you know, successfully in terms of comic books and things.
Yeah, it was that moment I was like.
But he was
right
hyped.
thing.
He was gassed, man. It was like he was so crazy, and he was just going.
The
My
second
God,
that first
they could do
trailer
this
hit,
stuff.
like once Bruce Wade started coming out, I was just like, "This Bruce Wade, this is gonna be fucking amazing." I was done. I was said, "This is gonna be a 5-star movie. Like, this is the movie I want to see." I was excited for like a year when nobody else knew what the fuck I was going on about.
Exactly, and there were all these people kind of going, you know, and you've got various film critics who I won't name who were kind of going, this movie looks absolutely ridiculous, you know, what's going on with this? And then this whole time Keith was kind of like this champion for this movie, going, this thing's going to be fucking awesome, it's going to be the best thing ever. And I, you know, he's not been wrong in terms of my taste personally anyway. He's always, whenever he said to me, dude, this thing is a 5, it's always been a 5. So I was kind of like, I'm getting excited for this.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's released and it becomes a global phenomenon, which was amazing because it was Marvel's probably least known comic in terms of commercial global success, and it became their most successful
Certainly
movie.
one of them.
And so how did...
Because it was fucking
Well,
awesome.
yeah, that's fucking awesome. And you get, you know, the kind of... What I find is, I think was it late 60s that comic was written?
Originally, yeah.
Early 70s, the original. And then you kind of had this slew of people after the movie came out going, oh, they're just trying to copy Star Wars. And it's like, hang on a second.
Yeah, but people said that about fucking... what was it? They said, oh, John Carter. People said, he's trying to rip off fucking Star Wars and Avatar. I'm like, well, motherfucker, this thing was written in the 1800s, so, like, you're fucking wrong there.
John Carter was written long before Star Wars or any of those things. And you know, similarly with Guardians, you know, this was a comic series that started long before any of the kind of the 70s wave of good and bad sci-fi movies, I might add.
Yeah.
Was it Star Crash?
Oh, Star Crash, yeah. We'll talk about that as well in a bit.
Yeah,
We'll definitely
should.
talk about MSK, like Mystery Science Theater. We'll definitely talk about Mystery Science Theater 3000, because that's back and fucking awesome.
Yeah, so this is kind of, you know, looking back on that now and realising how good that movie was. And even still, like, the build-up to the film being released, I was kind of hyped on it, and I can't remember, I think I was busy doing other things or whatever, and you went out and you saw it, and you came back, and was it like...
First showing, I was there.
The
like,
fucking next day, man, I came to see you, didn't I? And you were like, have you seen it? I was like, no, I haven't. Get your coat now.
Yeah, we're going.
And we went,
Yeah.
and that's how we did it. And I had the back of my
I could
head
have
blown off
literally
by
walked
next
back in and sat there and watched that movie all day.
So
and been
good.
happy.
So
And
good.
I went with Sam, who also helps us out from time to time, and like both me and him, we loved it. Like,
And we went back. You went back.
but he
the
was the only
next
other
day.
guy that I knew at work that knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was. So it was like,
Yeah, but it was weird, wasn't it? Because it was quite this best.
Yeah.
It was almost like a best kept secret amongst Marvel fans.
and I
until
had
the
I had
movie
faith
opened.
in Chris Pratt because people didn't know who Chris Pratt was if they hadn't watched Parks and Rec.
Guys, are
And
awesome
generally in this
too.
country, so many people haven't still to this day watched Parks and Rec, and something's fucking wrong with those
Yeah.
people as well because like it's just the best show. I must have seen it from beginning to end at least 6 times. Like,
Yeah, we watch it quite a lot.
yeah, it's one of those things. Can't think of anything to watch. We watch Parks and Rec again, and then we end up watching it from beginning to end every single time, like because it just doesn't cease being funny.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's good. He's a good choice. He's a really good choice. And so, kind of paralleling that with James Gunn's journey to kind of get it made and stuff like
Well,
that.
James
you
Gunn
know.
started off in Trauma. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so
He wrote various movies. He wrote great books. He's done all.
he
these
also
kind of awesome,
did
wonderful
a
things,
web series called PG Porn.
which is fantastic.
Yes.
Look
which
that up.
which is huge.
So
It's
good.
huge.
It's massive.
Massive.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
You should look that up. If you
Nathan Fillion doing PG Porn is just one of the best things you'll ever see.
if you ever get a chance, you know, if you're
But he's
now,
he's very faithful to his actors. Like Fillion and
Yeah, he is.
Brooker have
Yeah.
been in so much of his stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
But
Slithers, yeah, perfect, isn't it?
Slither's amazing.
And they're both
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
yeah, we love Slither.
Was his directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken? As in terms
Oh,
of
yeah,
as in proper big one. It wasn't his directorial
proper big
debut,
film,
but
yeah.
it was proper.
But like
it actually
Hollywood.
hit cinemas.
Yeah.
yeah, in terms of widespread.
He's
release.
really happy about.
I remember
the
you being really
Blu-ray
angry at me in the video shop
coming
because
out.
I put Slither on, Like, and you're like,
Oh, I was like,
you're
yeah.
like, Keith, this is a 15. We can't put this
We
on. I'm
definitely
like, oh
can't.
no, I'm putting this on, like, because this is crazy. We're not allowed to put this on yet. So, well, I'm not waiting until 9. I said, because we close at 10. I won't get to watch the whole thing.
No, we definitely were not allowed to
And then
put
you
that
got
on.
annoyed because I was calling you a pussy.
I wanted to see the fucking movie. It wasn't about that. It was about like we could get in so much fucking trouble right now. And yeah, that's what that was about. I went back and saw that movie properly afterwards, and it was
Jesus, we didn't get in trouble for half the stuff we did.
Let's
There
not
was
do about
no way
that.
I was going to get in
'Cause all
trouble
this-
for that.
All this is admissible as evidence, so let's just move on.
I'm pretty sure if the company doesn't exist anymore, then we're fine.
You're a big fan of Slither 2, weren't you?
Yeah,
As
we
far as I
actually just
recall.
watched it again, and it's coming out on Blu-ray. James Gunn is really happy about it.
Oh, I've
Finally,
been
he's
waiting for it to come
battling
out on
to get it
Blu-ray.
out.
I've been
He's
waiting
been
for that.
battling for it to come out, yeah, and he's
Yeah.
finally getting it. He was gushing all over his
Surprised
Facebook
you didn't
page
get it
about
after
it.
Guardians 1, to be honest, because you would have thought that
I
people would
know!
just be like, fucking, let's release as much of James Gunn stuff as possible.
Stuff.
Stuff.
I mean,
Stuff.
just fantastic writing, and Nathan
stuff.
Fillion, who we love. So
Fillion's awesome, isn't he? He really is good.
yeah,
And
Rooker
and
is
again,
He's
also
in
he's
everything
Cars
was
3, isn't he, as
fantastic,
well?
man.
is he indeed?
Yeah, come on, you should watch
Yeah,
the trailer.
yeah.
That's definitely Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion talking.
You pick up his voice straight away.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
You can pick it out of a crowd.
He's a hero.
He is.
We like
So
him.
good.
He's a true hero.
But yeah, so, the first film, right.
Yeah, first film.
For people who didn't watch it, the second that film started, like, with 10cc and, like, the kid and all this, it's a very sad beginning. Mum dying of cancer. Like, again...
Oh, all the feels.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this, and then he just gets abducted, and then he goes on for his adventure, and they just skip all of that, and it's fucking like
Fast forward to him in his 30s, basically.
brilliant.
Genius.
Do you notice though, kind of the that is a bit of a fucking Jesus analogy, do you think?
What?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's
Yeah,
born, and
I
then we
think so.
fast forward to
All the teenage years are missing,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which sort of
I
points
see
to
that.
him being a demigod, does it not?
Yeah,
when you think
yeah,
about it,
that's
they were
very
showing it all the
clever,
way back
actually.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can see where you're going with that.
I see now.
I've ne- yeah,
it's
I've never thought about
it's
it like that
interesting because
before.
I haven't revisited. I don't know if you guys probably have. I haven't gone back to the first one since seeing the second one.
Oh, we watched the first one. Oh, not since seeing the second one. No, 'cause
Oh,
that
no.
was like a couple of days ago.
Because apparently some stuff
We watched
you
it
look,
just before and go see it.
you look at stuff differently apparently now.
Okay. Oh, well, we'll definitely have to do that then.
Because various things that happen. But yeah, that and obviously we're then kind of introduced to this world and these characters, music.
The music,
Yeah.
it's just on
That
point.
soundtrack is infallible. Like, you're hard pushed to find a better soundtrack anywhere than Volume 1. It's
My most
so-
played soundtrack since Tron. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying
Yep.
there are like soundtracks that you expect to find in everyone's collection. You know, it'll be at least a couple of this following list, like the Top Gun soundtrack, Dirty Dancing,
Sure.
Lost Boys, Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
You know, and Guardians
Amazing.
Volume 1 is in that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the same will be for Guardians Volume 2.
And Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
Pulp
other one we
Fiction's
couldn't
the other
remember.
one. Yeah,
We couldn't
Pulp
remember
Fiction.
one earlier,
Yeah,
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
soundtrack. Yeah, all of those are in people's collections. At least one or two of them.
And I love the fact
Yeah.
that Gunn is so hands-on with the soundtrack, as Tarantino is actually talking about Pulp Fiction.
Well, he
I think
starts
it's
off with the soundtrack,
noticeable
same
though,
as
isn't it?
Tarantino and what's his face?
He knows what songs are in his movie before he shoots his
Yeah,
movie.
Kelly,
Yeah.
who
That-
did one good movie.
Only one.
So but you get that I like that. I like the fact that his songs are already placed and to the point where they are basically plot points.
Well,
You know,
they're played on set whilst they're filming. So
I think that's workable.
yeah,
The same with Tyler Bates' score actually. Fun fact, for the second movie they played score from the first movie on set
yeah.
to kind of
Oh, okay.
gather that bit of emotion, and then obviously Tyler
Apparently there was a second movie played on set as well
was there indeed. Yeah, because obviously it was being written and produced
beforehand.
beforehand and during the process. Not a procedure for a movie is normally to
Ruben, you still there?
is to go
Yeah,
and
I'm
cut
still
the film.
here.
Oh, good.
I'm
Well,
here in the
Hey,
middle.
there he
we
is.
heard the funny crackle our end, and I was like, shit, I think we just lost Ruben.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that was my
I heard it
stomach.
too.
Yeah, they do that. You know, they shoot a movie and then they take it to a soundstage or Abbey Road or whatever to
And then
to
we
score
had
it
some.
afterwards.
Then we had
So-
some like untested commodities as well, like Dave Bautista.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah, right.
It was so funny.
How brave.
Yeah, like
He,
Really
he
brave.
fits the mold of Drax perfectly.
I mean, he fucking looks like Drax. You look at
Well,
Drax,
yeah.
and he looks like Drax the Destroyer. I mean, if anyone like has the word the Destroyer and they look like Dave Bautista, it's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no. I wonder how he got that nickname.
No.
But he comes across as quite a quiet.
Shy, reserved
yeah.
guy, like in real life,
And
which
so
is
to
crazy for
have
someone who's
him-
been on the stage his whole life, basically beating the shit out of people in a pair of pants.
Yep.
I wouldn't fight him.
No,
I mean, Jesus, the dude
No.
trained by the Gracies,
Why?
like fucking like for MMA. You know, he's
Yeah, he strikes me
Yeah.
as a
he
guy.
is a double-hard bastard.
Yeah, he would
be
hand
fair.
your ass to you.
gentle giant. You know,
But
But
yeah,
his portrayal, it cracks me
the
up.
ruthlessly
every time.
honest.
and then you've got
Drax
a
the
character
Destroyer.
that says like 3 words over and over again,
But
and,
yet
and
makes you feel so emotional in every way possible.
I am Groot.
yeah, it's
That sounded very Bane-like.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Oh dear.
You have nothing to
Oh no,
fear
don't put that
here,
visual in my
Star-Lord.
mind.
See, I said that to Keith actually not long ago, which then led him into.
Is that not the same motion picture?
He then went pretty much
Oh, no.
half a day
Yeah.
talking like Bane.
Why
Oh,
would he
dear.
do such a thing?
It was rather annoying.
You have nothing to fear from this podcast. Okay, no more.
Oh
Right.
dear.
So
So I saw Vin Diesel being interviewed as for his extensive scripting.
I know. The funny thing is, his interview is probably longer than his day's work.
No kidding.
Well, no, because this time around, he didn't do mocap the first time around. He did this time around.
okay.
He did.
Okay.
So he this,
Well, he didn't do all the mocap because a lot of it was Gunn himself.
and then Sean did Rocket. Didn't
Anytime
he,
he's
I think?
dancing, James Gunn is Groot.
He's got the
Oh.
moves then.
So,
That's cool. I
He's
like
so
that.
small.
I'd like to go
How did
for
he
a
do
night on the
mocap?
town with James Gunn then, just to see his moves.
James Gunn is a very fun guy. He really is, and he's very passionate, very enthusiastic about what he's done, as he should be. But
100%.
but he's someone that comes across as very very protective, but also very caring about this universe. It's not just this isn't a box office cash out for him. This is a life journey. You know,
Yeah.
which is one of the things.
Which
I
is
love
why
about
it was so hard for him to decide to do Volume 3. Which he obviously has done now. So
I
this
think
is
it
his
needs to be a
baby. He wanted to
trilogy anyway.
come at it from another point.
well, the thing is, Gunn has now basically been put in charge of all of Marvel Cosmic,
Yeah, you
Which-
noticed that.
which explains why fucking Ragnarok looks the way it does.
Yeah, you can thank him for that. Apparently.
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely not a bad thing.
And that
though.
trailer.
No,
was
no, no.
what I
It should
expected at all.
stay fucking like bright and powerful. It shouldn't ever go to fucking the darkness and horribleness of the studio involved fucking Ultron.
Yeah, Dark World.
No, the one of the great things about Volume 2 is its colour.
Yeah, there's the same
Yeah.
thing about Avengers.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
Avengers was very bright and colourful, and then Ultron was just so fucking dark. What was it? The Week of Ultron.
Yeah.
The Week of Ultron.
Yeah, because you can't call it an age if it was only for a couple of days. Ultron. Was Yeah. And that's not down to fucking Whedon at all, because Whedon is brilliant. At,
No.
Bank
I mean,
Holiday Weekend Ultron.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
But
just
this is-
chuckling at what's on the screen at
Oh,
the
well, a
moment.
runaway train is bearing down on 5 people. You're standing on the platform next to an enormously fat man. Pushing him into the track would stop the train.
Do you push the fat man?
So, do you just let the train like run down 5 people, or do you push the fat man?
That's really
push the fat man.
harsh.
Surely you would use one person to save 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, a runaway train is bearing down on 5 people tied to a track. You could stop the train by jumping onto the track, but you would die.
Push the
A,
fat man.
jump on the track. B, push the fat man. Or C, do nothing.
Oh, this is
Do
really
nothing.
harsh.
No, push the fat man.
Okay, push the fat man.
Where's the fat? Okay.
Sorry, that was a bit
That's-
sidetracked, but
Yeah,
it just
sorry.
caught my attention.
That was
Sorry,
kind of
right.
funny.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like. That was humorous, and it says a lot. It says
Yeah,
a lot
so-
about me, so I probably need to be
So
quiet.
Joss Whedon. So Joss Whedon's completely burnt out after the Age of Ultron, or sorry, the Day of Ultron,
Bank
all
Holiday
because of the
Weekend
studio's
Ultron.
involvement. Yeah.
They
I'd love
didn't
to have
have
seen
that.
what we would have had properly from him if they didn't get involved. Totally
And
different film.
This is the issue, though, isn't it? Is when studios get involved with things that they shouldn't be getting involved
Yeah,
in.
absolutely.
They were on this occasion, though, thankfully devoid of any interaction.
Well, I'm sure the money the first film took and the praise the first film took allowed
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah,
do what you like.
It went the other way.
Ka-ching.
Joss had it one way, and James Gunn had it the other way, and
Yeah.
he had loads of freedom, and they weren't involved at all. And that's,
So essentially, the first movie, fucking like 2 thumbs up. Everyone was great in it. There was no bad part. I can watch it over and over again. Like,
Anyone can watch it.
It's.
Yep.
Well, I even not even say arguably. It's the best MCU movie
Yeah, I would agree.
up until today. Yeah.
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I'd agree.
And
yeah.
the most interesting for a franchise in its own right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they outdid themselves
With Volume 2.
with Volume 2. Yeah.
Outdid themselves.
I mean, to say roller coaster
Jesus. It just.
another thing entirely. You know, like it
it's-
took me, like personally, on an emotional fucking journey I hadn't experienced in years.
And that you didn't expect either.
Fuck no.
No, I didn't see it.
It kicked up some shit about like my relationship with my dad who passed and all the rest of it. Fucking, it kicked up. Like I was in fucking hysterics, like fucking close to tears, if not in tears in other parts. There was so much going on. I was.
But it wasn't heavy, though, was it? And that's the good thing about it.
No,
Yeah.
it's not heavy in terms of.
Anytime it dropped you, it picked you back up again.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
second
there
later.
was
Yeah.
a one-liner in there to just
Kind of lighten
ease the
it
pressure.
and-
Yeah, and that's what I like about it. But also, you know, and you talking about that with your dad. Another interesting factor, of course, is that Chris Pratt had gone on record to say that the movie helped him cope with his own father's passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting and very heartwarming in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does go
Its
there.
theme
and
is very much family based.
it is. It's
Yeah.
huge. Family is the central theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
without
not
any
only
question.
do you have, obviously, Peter Quill and his dad, you've then got,
The Yondu dynamic.
yeah, but then it takes it even further with the whole family thing, with a sister.
There was so much. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
whole family.
You got you got sister rivalry. You
yeah.
got sibling rivalry again with like Rocket and Quill as well.
Yeah,
you know?
it just it is a family film, or
Yeah.
you know, it takes it to that whole level of being a physically family film.
And
Yeah.
and you, Ruben, you were saying before about you love the dynamic actually between Yondu and Rocket.
Man,
This is your favourite
between
kind of
Yondu
thing
and
about that.
Rocket, it's probably my favorite scene in both films. Like literally, it had me. That was the moment for me. I was literally.
They
in tears.
overkilled
That was
the
it.
fuck out of like Rocket and Yondu in the cage with Groot going to get stuff, and I could have watched that for hours. They like the funniest bit of the movie, and over and over and
Yeah.
over again. The fact they
Yeah.
brought back the fucking
Yeah.
joke from the first film as well with the eye, like.
Yeah,
It took
yeah.
that long to get the
Oh,
payoff,
genius.
but there was the payoff,
Yeah.
and Rocket still found it just as funny as he was going to the first time. You know,
Yeah.
like, loved it.
But you know, and of course the opening is probably, I think, one of the greatest openings to a movie ever.
Oh my god!
I could have
yes.
watched that for, as I say, I could have watched that for 2 hours and been happy with that's what we spent our money on. Not that we spent any money, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing about, because obviously, you know, we get to do what we do, and it's great that we get to do what we do, and it's wonderful, and it's a lovely privilege. But there are some movies where you can quite happily go, I would have paid over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that is
Oh,
definitely.
I am. I'm. Yeah.
He
I'm going
is.
to
I know
lunch,
you
so-
are. I think we all are at some point. in the world.
yeah,
I'll
I think
give
we've
that
got
a read.
plans to go and see it again this week.
We're
so-
definitely going to do that again. I think I want to try and. I'm trying to position myself so that I can be near an IMAX when it happens. I want to see how that plays out. But yeah, absolutely, we'll revisit it.
Yeah.
Of course, I think we all will, and it's safe to say that it's definitely worth your money in the most briefest sense. Absolutely, because you're getting more than bang for your buck. I think because there's so much going on in that movie.
Yeah.
Like the first.
The
film.
spectacle alone.
Yeah, but it's and
yeah.
again, there's so much going on, but never at any point are you confused with what's going on.
No, and I know there was kind of
Yeah, I
speculation
mean that's
with
brilliant, isn't it?
critics saying, "Oh,
Hard
you know,
to do.
there was maybe too much going on at times." It's like, well, not really, because it beautifully wraps itself up and in some ways, but if you do have any kind of loose plot threads, they do get tied up.
Yeah.
Which is, it's like, well, give it a chance.
Yeah.
It does take that course, and you don't notice it anyway. You're kind of sitting there, and you're not noticing. People sit there going, well, that's a plot hole, or but you don't notice that. You're so bamboozled by its colour and its energy.
Yeah, it's fun. Like,
it's so much fun. It's just a big
pure
bag of fun.
escapism. Again, just as bright and colourful as before, if not the colour palette might have even been pushed. Like, just that sense further. Yeah, I mean,
Talking about colours,
Ego's
did anybody
planet,
carry
that
on?
was beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
it really was.
And I imagine if we'd seen the 3D version where those bubbles pop up, I imagine that would have been a moment.
Yeah, like you said, just beautiful.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Sorry,
definitely.
Ruben was going to say something.
Go on, Ruben.
I was
go.
going to say about colours. James Gunn was saying that he did his best to keep the colour purple out of.
Yeah,
the
it was only
second
on
film.
Nebula.
Yeah,
The only place I could spot it was on Nebula.
Yeah, he did it.
which I think is a very interesting take. Yeah.
Well, I think he was trying to
He wants
avoid
his colours.
the thought of Thanos.
It's clever that
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
level
very.
of detail went
Yeah,
into it.
because I would never have sort of noticed that or even thought about it until you just mentioned it.
Although Thanos is obviously referenced in it throughout.
Yeah,
Um,
but you don't see Thanos because apparently he's going to be Deadpool.
And
You don't see Thanos because he's now Cable.
Maybe.
Maybe. There's yeah. You see, you're giving us all these reports saying he definitely is, but once bitten. Let me tell you now, I've reported a Reynolds
you guys
story
still think it's
before
not
now.
going to be him?
I love Ryan Reynolds. If he ever gets to hear this, he knows I love him dearly, but he does love a fucking prank. And
Yeah, so just don't believe anything he says.
Yeah, as well.
well-
if you consider
well,
up
I'm
until
hooked.
the
I think
end of
it's gonna
that
be
day,
him,
like
so-
fucking Michael What's-His-Face was on IMDb as being Cable. Like,
Yeah.
that's how convinced
That's
everybody
true.
was that
Yeah.
was
Michael
the case.
Shannon was on.
Michael
Yeah.
Shannon, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
And then he
absolutely.
suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, so unless it
Going back
appears-
to the planet.
yeah,
The Living Planet.
Yeah, who is Ego? Can we talk about Kurt Russell? Because
Kurt
I
Russell.
just love that man.
I love
Oh
that,
my
man.
goodness.
you know what? A couple of years ago, I said that they should do Big Trouble in Little China, and Chris Pratt should be Jack's son in that.
Oh,
And it was
that
like-
would be amazing.
That's before this.
Yeah, that was
That'd be
before
so good.
this. So yeah,
Yeah, and look at it. Look
Yeah.
at it now.
It works.
I mean,
it's a dynamic that works.
he was fantastic. His presence on screen is ego-sized. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is, and I think it works. And also, there are.
Did you find young Kurt really creepy?
It was a little creepy. To be
It was a
fair.
little creepy. There was a
Was a little
tiny
creepy.
amount of Uncanny Valley in that one.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Oh.
quite as good as what
Hello.
Star Wars did, but it wasn't far off. But like, it was just a little bit creepy. I suppose it's because
Yeah,
I'm
when
so
he
used to
first
seeing
came
it.
on, though, I really did have to do a double take of like,
Well, apparently
Wow.
a lot of that was done with lighting. From what Kurt Russell was saying, I
Oh.
don't know how much he's lying.
yeah, I was gonna say, is
But
he
they,
just
he said
saying
they
that?
didn't do as much work as they have done on other people.
Oh, okay.
But he still looks like Kurt Russell.
This is
That's
true.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I
though,
mean,
but
look at him.
aren't they
And
pitching
he's
him?
grown
Remain.
old gracefully.
So
One of the
no,
few
he
in
still looks
Hollywood.
great for his age.
Gracefully,
He does,
arguably, he looks
amazing.
better now. You know what I mean?
One of the things I love that I think he's cool. I've always thought he was cool. I think it was cool in all his movies. I think he's made some fantastic movies. And like I said, I watched that man
And one of
dance.
the longest running Hollywood stars.
He's a
He-
legend.
Yeah,
he
we
was-
looked that up, didn't we?
yeah,
Like,
Like
We
starting
did.
as
We
a
were trying to.
child
That was right.
star.
We were trying to work out
Yeah,
who was
that's
the longest, most consistently working movie star. Who was the longest jobbing actor that was a
Basically,
Hollywood
Alive
star?
today,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, alive today. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that's
I think
right.
Mickey Rooney got pretty close,
remember
didn't he? And I think Kurt Russell's.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's now done that.
I mean,
Kurt Russell's been.
I mean, how many
he's
times
been on
have we
screen
seen
forever.
Overboard?
oh yeah, we only watched it again recently. Like literally, we watched that again like a few weeks back.
Didn't they base him the model they used for
I'm sure it's due a remake any day now.
in Guardians?
Probably.
Didn't they use like Snake Plissken kind of era Kurt Russell? That was where they were going for when they like 80s Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that's
sort of
kind
Had that-
70s, 80s Kurt Russell. Yeah.
So the
Had that
idea
feel,
is,
yeah.
then at this point, I suppose in the movie, he's got to play like a 20-something version of himself
yeah,
to kind of marry up with the whole thing with, her
yeah,
in the car and whatever.
yeah.
So she's obviously actually the actor that plays her is like in her 20s for real.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I've just got this vision now of really old Kurt Russell kind of making out with really young.
To be fair though, I have to say
Even more
this,
creepy.
I would have no issue making out with old Kurt Russell now.
Okay.
I'd have no issue with it either. So.
Oh wow! I'd make out with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Apparently.
my goodness.
Great. No, that's awesome. Yeah, but why not?
Yeah.
But that's
He's a
what I mean.
fucking legend.
In a world that half the Hollywood stars have so many surgeries and procedures to make themselves still look young, he's just grown old gracefully and he still looks good for it.
He does. He looks fantastic. He does.
Yeah.
He's obviously doing
And
something right.
Works great in this movie. Works really well. in
Nice
this
to know
movie.
everybody will make
But
out with him. That's good.
I have huge, I have huge praise for anything he does. I think he was great recently in Fast 8. He's fantastic in Fast 8. He's good in everything.
He
he's
is
in.
good in Fast Aid.
Even if what he's in, it's not so good.
He's always
He's always great in it. And
constantly.
he's one of those.
But it's just so
legion
good
of
to see him
actors.
on big screen again. Like
Yeah.
big blockbuster. He just deserves to be there. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he deserves, because obviously the only downside with Fast 8, of course, is that he's one of many characters, and
Yeah.
essentially with Guardians, there is a lot more going on with Guardians of the Galaxy than there is Fast 8. Way more going on. Yet he's still obviously being a main character, but everybody in Guardians Volumes 2 kind of gets way more screen time because it's written so well that everybody's got this balance.
That just goes to the skill of the balance. Yeah.
Yeah, with what James Gunn's done with character, in terms of character development and make sure everybody gets kind of a good shot at the title, and I think it is James Gunn's Empire Strikes Back. Definitely. And I've been
It
saying
hasn't really got a dark
This is what I
ending.
said. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, Ruben's
exactly what I
answer was
said.
just, ha!
It hasn't got a dark ending.
well, no, but
Empire's got a dark ending, dude. There's no need to make that comparison.
in terms of if you think about it very loosely and kind of make that comparison.
If you think about it very loosely and kind of not like it at all.
No,
then yeah.
no.
If you try to bend it to your own will.
No, I'm not trying to bend it to my own will.
Like
But
the
the
Force.
thing is,
I like that, Ruben.
And there were two people claiming to be his father. That's twice the individual who was claiming to be the father in the first in Empire.
the cool thing with that is, in terms of, maybe not necessarily in terms of story. Like, what I'm driving at is in terms of great sequels.
Okay, yeah. In that respect, I would agree
Empire
with
Strikes
you.
Back, Godfather Part 2, these kind of
These epic sequels.
Yeah.
amazingly historically fucking epic sequels, and it deserves to be on that shelf, I think. And the interesting thing about making that point is, I was thinking this after I left the cinema, and I was like, is this like Empire Strikes Back level of sequel greatness? And then when I went back and read some production notes, read some interviews and things, turns out James Gunn was kind of in his mind going for that Godfather Part 2 Empire Strikes Back kind of.
But I think he's definitely achieved that.
Yeah, that's what I mean in terms
Well,
of
the
if
difference is
his
this time he got to write it with the voices in his head.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah,
Didn't
he
have
established
that
those
first time he wrote
characters.
it.
Voices in my
He's
head
writing
that
for
drive me
them.
mad.
Yeah.
Not those voices.
Oh, damn it.
He knows who he's writing for this time around. Obviously, when he
Yeah.
turned the first screenplay in, he didn't know about Chris Pratt or Dave Bautista or anybody else. And he gets that. And also, we didn't have to do any origin stories this time around, apart from new characters.
Yeah.
I really like Mantis, by the way. I thought she was cool.
Yeah,
I
she was
thought
great.
She was really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the dynamic between her and Drax. I think it's awesome.
But yeah, and half their
Yeah.
scenes though, again, just had me in tears of laughter at just the bluntness of Drax.
Drax's bluntness is
just her acceptance of everyone and everything.
because of her backstory.
Yeah. But just, yeah, it's crazy. Without them going into loads of detail, you really do kind of feel like you know everything about the characters, if that makes sense.
You do feel part of their universe, and that again is all back to James Gunn. You feel you feel that you're kind of, especially when they're having moments where they're together and things are kicking off and they're kind of working out what's what. You feel part of that environment. You feel as if you're in on the gag, if that makes sense.
There's never any point that kind of a character does something and you're like, well, why would they do that?
Because you get some movies, there are movies out there that are kind of pretentious and you kind of feel like you're late to the party and not in on the joke.
Yeah.
And this is very inclusive in terms of family is part of the movie, but also almost as if you as the viewer are treated as part of that family, and you're kind 100%. Of it's like James Gunn saying, I want you to join in on this, I want you to be part of this adventure, I want to share this with you because it's fucking outstanding. And you do very much feel that, and
I like the fact that it only takes place like a few months after what's happened in the first film as well. I thought that was good.
It hasn't kind of gone off into a completely so many years later
tangent,
I mean, it ends so many years later, we're assuming.
From post-credit
stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning, actually. I'm glad you put that up.
I was
like, how that's going to be interesting, because now we've moved on to kind of that very quickly.
But even the end credits, though,
5
amazing.
5 end credit scenes.
But even just the actual where you have the names and stuff of everyone, the fact that a few of them it was just I'm Groot. And then it would change into
attention to detail
things. It was just
the credits
Jeff Goldblum's
themselves.
head. Was it Jeff Goldblum's head? You spot? I didn't see that.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's head was in the end credits.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. You saw it.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
because we both looked at each other like,
did we miss something? No, it was definitely there.
Of course, he's in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
As Space Jafar. I know his actual name, and I'm really sorry. He's been cast in Jurassic World 2, by the way. Just since
yes, he has. I'm excited about that.
Really?
I'm kind of.
Really? I'm excited about that. Does no one remember IDR?
Yeah, anything with Goldblum.
IDR? Anyone?
Yeah, I forget the bad film. Anything he's in, he's great.
Don't get me wrong, I love Jeff Goldblum, but probably for all the wrong reasons, because he is so cheesy and
he's
over
hairy
the
chest.
top.
Yeah. Exactly.
But unfortunately, much as I love him, I can't take anything he does seriously.
Did mine sound as perverse as Ruben's just did?
Yes, more so.
Oh wow. Yeah, so that's why we're
I'm excited about that.
On a Chris Pratt level. Yeah, they're going to be working together.
And Chris Pratt as well. Sorry, just while I remember him getting his Hollywood star.
Oh yeah, on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
that was
there's
cool.
people. Yeah. We were saying this. There's people like John Goodman who have been around for years and years.
I only just got one.
Have just got them, but yet Chris Pratt has been around for a few years, and basically, I think because of Guardians, he's got his star now, and it's deserved, definitely. Don't get me wrong, but
absolutely, and he's keeping. There is the kind of stigma that happens, especially with the 70s and the 80s, of certain sci-fi characters, and you play that character and you are that character, and that's it. But he's
still managing to do other things.
Yeah, he's off doing this and that, and he's going. I mean, he's also a workhorse.
He didn't
he go from that to he went from. I think because Guardians and Passengers, he did Passengers after. Nonetheless, like I think he did that, and then there was post-production. But he went like
watch you enjoy this movie, and then we'll just fucking give you no ending.
Yeah.
You've seen that now. Thank you.
More boring than
you've caught up now.
Yeah, I finally watched it.
Why though? I don't know, because that was.
It was really interesting until like what fucking twist was there? By the way,
because you said there's a big twist at the end, and we were waiting and waiting.
I didn't say that, did I?
Yeah, you did.
No. I said I was sold a twist, and there wasn't one.
I think they said there was a twist. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sold a twist I didn't get.
End, you just like.
Because the trailer tells you like,
and then it ends,
and then there's going to be dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
You're talking about fucking. Now that
you've enjoyed this movie, you've been watching it for 2 hours. We gave you no ending, but don't worry, Andy Garcia.
Yeah, thank you. Like, with all due respect to Andy Garcia, who I love dearly, what the fuck was the point of his fucking... What the fuck?
Fuck knows. Like
he is fucking credited on the poster.
Yeah,
and
for what, 30 seconds, a minute maybe?
not even that.
You
Like,
know,
What is the
just
wow?
enough
just
time to
going
go.
to-
Oh, isn't that Andy Garcia? Credits roll. There we go.
yeah. I was so.
Do you think he
disappointed.
demanded, like, if I'm in this film, my name is on the credits?
No,
Like,
I don't,
seriously.
because
And
he's not
also-
that sort of guy.
also,
I think there was a
Like,
whole nother
wouldn't you-
movie
wouldn't
where
you
he
have
had
wanted
more.
to see like a third generation of people walking around.
What? Because those two ended up together, and then
Yeah.
therefore they would have children,
Yeah.
and
And then those kids would have incest.
Could have taken ages. Yeah.
Hey, if it works
It's
for the big
starting the
book,
human
it'll
race
work
again.
for this.
But it all has to start from somewhere.
Exactly,
so-
exactly.
yeah.
That's my point. Like,
oh wow.
Yes, he went there.
I don't even know where to start with that one.
Passive.
you know what I mean? There should have at least been like a kid of some point who was like fucking like 50, 60 years
I
old.
kind of get the idea that there might have been, because there was like a whole tree house and shit, wasn't there, and a forest, and I have no idea what
I
happened.
just. Oh, I've
I think
Maybe
there's
they
a
woke
whole
up
nother
some more
cut of that
people.
movie where Andy Garcia had more to do.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like
was one of the
Spider-Man.
biggest
You know, that film,
disappointments.
the weird thing about that film is it's basically it's just long-term rape. Like he planned it out and all the rest of it, and like his whole intention was to like be with this
Yeah,
woman
but she still consented.
who's never
though,
met her,
so-
so he stalked her while she's
She
sleeping
could've
for
said
fucking
no.
months.
Yeah, but
Right.
she consented, so.
Not with all the information.
No, but she still.
She was hoodwinked, man. She was fucking
I
lied
think that's
to.
a bit extreme.
The only difference
But-
is semantics.
That's slightly
by
extreme.
this point.
Yeah, come
Like-
on.
Okay,
She
so
was
it's
lied
so
to.
it's 2 against 2 on this
She was
one.
lied to, and then she was pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, and she probably didn't sleep with him all the time. She was pretty pissed at him. So, you know,
Yeah.
But then the gravity went and the pool went fucking weird.
that was. To be fair though, that
was a cool
scene
moment.
was
Yeah.
amazing. Visually, it looked really cool.
I really wanted
you should
there
watch
to
that
be
scene.
like
Yeah.
some
Nothing
else.
fucking
And that- yeah, just that
horrific
one scene.
reason why it was
That's
happening.
and this is my problem with that movie. The trailer sells you this dun dun dun, something's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Who or what?
Like there wasn't even ever a fucking planet or something like that. They were just hoping there was going to be. You know what I mean?
Just
Yeah.
something,
Anything.
Like fuck
Not
you.
that would have made a lot of sense, but
not just.
we lied.
Oh, I've woken up early, so I'm going to wake up someone else.
It's a giant spider. Something. Yeah.
Yeah, even that.
That would have been something.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
look at a movie like Life that fucking gets it totally right.
like, Michael Sheen's great in that movie though, man.
Michael Sheen is awesome in
He's-
that
but
film.
then
So is
he's-
Chris Pratt.
Here's
though.
another one though.
Chris Pratt's great.
That these people, they still do amazing jobs, even though the material is shit.
Yeah, Jen Lawrence is great. Chris Pratt's great. I wish they had more to do.
I just don't like Jennifer Lawrence. Sorry.
I think she's grand, but I think
she
they
should be
needed more to do.
sacked from Hollywood.
No, I love her. She's great, but they needed
Wow.
more to do. They
Sorry.
needed more to do.
Yeah.
And Michael Sheen did a lot with very little.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
legs, no nothing.
Yes.
Just standing
And I
there.
loved Sheen in it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
better than Garcia for sure.
I am here. Where is my poster credit?
Bye.
But yeah, and it's a film that had an incredible amount of potential.
Yeah.
And like I
just
say,
didn't
then you
live
look
up
at a
to it.
movie.
Just needed a point.
You look at a movie like Life, which is awesome. I mean, you guys haven't seen it yet. Go see that movie 'cause it's fucking awesome. Which is just incredible, and they got that right. You know, it's on that level of.
This
know,
is why
we're
I
in
hate
space.
trailers,
Shit is about to go
because I
down.
was sold.
but
I
shit
was
does
sold
go
something
down.
different.
Yeah, and this is the
So
whole
many
issue
times
with
I've been sold to something different.
this is
Damn
the issue
trailers.
with trailers nowadays, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Life
What you
trailer doesn't lie to
see
you.
Is not necessarily what you're gonna
No.
actually watch.
The Life trailer gives you very little, but gives you the idea that this is basically going to be on an alien tip, and then delivers on that promise,
But then
like
kind
in
of,
droves.
but then kind of going back to Guardians.
Mm.
You know, they still show you a lot in the trailer.
But very little, actually.
Yeah, but when
Hmm.
you're actually watching the film, you don't ever think, "Oh God, I've seen
That's
all
what
this
I
in the
loved.
trailer."
Yeah.
No,
About
there's
the
so
film.
much.
Oh,
that's-
speaking of
that's
showing
not
you
the
little in
case.
trailers, the people that got it down is fucking like Matthew Vaughn, man. Like
Kingsman
Jesus, did you
2.
see the Kingsman fucking trailer?
Kingsman
All
2
15
is-
seconds of it.
Yeah.
Like-
It's everything and nothing all at the same time.
That's yeah.
Do you remember when? Do you remember when you used
Right
to
at the
Games
end.
Master and you used to get like a data blast
Yeah,
and you just have to record it and pause it to
Yeah.
get the cheat codes?
Yeah.
That's the trailer.
yeah.
Like, it's a data
clever.
blast.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
No, it is very. Kingsman's going to be epic,
Really.
but that's a whole nother
can't
podcast.
I'm
wait.
only to be fair though, I think it's going to be epic because my friend's in it.
Ah, here we
so
go.
we're gonna, we'll
You
have
are
to do
being supportive as you should be.
I am,
of course.
definitely.
But I don't think that's kind of like you
But
just going. It's
no,
going to be great
it's-
because my friends.
no,
I think
it's-
it genuinely
the
will be
first one-
outstanding.
The first one was a brilliant film as well.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, so I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see where the second one goes.
Yeah, very much so.
That
But-
church scene, seriously.
See,
Oh,
I
And the
yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
See, right,
reals.
my mum.
That church
you know,
scene.
she's
Oh, I remember this story.
my mum is whatever age she is, but she doesn't like scary stuff, which is fair enough. So she asked me if Kingsman would be appropriate for her to watch, and me not really thinking about it.
I
was like,
said,
yeah,
I
you'll
said
be
no.
fine.
I said, what are you talking about? Your mum shouldn't watch this.
You said no.
And so
Oh
she,
my goodness.
So she watched it, and
You
right,
know
I
it's
think
bad.
she watched half of it, and then said she couldn't carry on. So
You know it's bad if Keith says no.
Yeah, and you're like, what's bad? And I said, the church.
by that time it was
Yeah.
too late, and she already believed me that it would be safe to watch. Sorry,
Yeah.
mum.
The
It was
church and
both
the,
phenomenal and,
and the bum
disturbing,
stuff
that
as well.
scene.
It's probably a bit,
Oh yeah, that probably wouldn't have been too appropriate either.
No.
Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't give opinions then.
You should give opinions. Just
Well,
don't
yeah, just
send
don't-
your mum to watch things that you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
But going back to Guardians,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruben.
so there's the writing from from the first one that was done visually that set up the second one. So, for example, Rocket, right? You see bits in the first one just of his back. He's got all those kind of scars and little mechanic bits that it's just quickly.
Oh,
you just see
yeah.
it for a couple of seconds,
Yeah.
and then you have all that backstory. So you immediately you don't need any more. So visually telling the story that way sets you up so much for the second that you don't need all of that. Another origin story. You just get it. He's been worked on. He's gone through a hard life. That's why I just thought it was phenomenal. It was kind of like another episode of the Guardians, a day in the life of the Guardians. I was just,
Yeah, and
just
there's a lot of
gushing
stuff
all
set
over
up
it.
there,
Yeah.
and you didn't realise at the time
Yeah.
it was being set up for you
Yeah.
until you get to the second one and go, "Oh shit, that's clever."
And that's
Yeah,
why
exactly,
I think
exactly.
and that's
So
why I
clever.
think if you see the second one, it probably is a good idea to go back, watch the first one. There's probably new
Yeah,
bits
you'll probably
that
see
you
things
wouldn't. Yeah.
in a different light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See things different. I don't think it's
Yeah.
obviously a lot of guys went out and did a double bill for midnight and things like that, which was a great idea. But I think actually watching two, then going back to one,
Yeah.
probably may be the better idea because you're now looking at stuff in different light. But then it's the same with things like Star Wars and stuff. We went back and like Rogue One, I went straight back and looked at New
Yeah.
Hope again because it was like that's interesting.
Yeah.
So and then you realise the opening credits of New Hope. You can read the opening credits for New Hope now with Rogue One in mind.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what all that
And
means
go,
now.
oh, we
It's
didn't need that
incredible.
film. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, I do love the film. I do.
The only thing, like I've been thinking about, the only thing that is bad about Rogue One, all right, and I've been thinking about this, is it makes the fucking Vader Kenobi fight look even more pathetic.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, you're right. Because how badass is he in the tunnel? And then he's like,
and we're talking like maybe a fucking week later, and he's a fucking.
yeah, right.
They're fighting.
Suddenly I can't fight. Look at me swing left. Look at me swing right. You're not
and,
wrong. Yeah.
and the Kenobi fucking movie isn't going to help with it either. You know what I mean?
No.
Here, Alec.
Yeah.
Here, Alec. If I stand over here and I just swing left, you come in from the right there.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just stand opposite each other and just make small circles. Just occasionally.
You got the lineage, man. So you get the
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah,
better.
I do West Country, no problem. I'll just smack it every now and again, and then you just smack mine every now and again, and then we'll look over at George and see what he's thinking.
And then we'll use our lightsabers.
Right, it's yeah.
Bless
It's not good,
you,
yeah.
though.
It does make it look terrible.
It's dated.
Because
Like,
he's
it
a
fixed-
fucking
it fixed-
badass.
It fixed a lot of stuff, but that's the one thing it broke. It broke that.
Yeah.
Is that just
Because you
because
go
of
from
a
that really
generation
soon, don't you?
difference?
Yeah.
No, yeah, but the
You
difference
know.
is Rogue One takes place like fucking 4 minutes before Star Wars starts.
I know. I'm really trying to
And
find
4
a
minutes before
reason.
Star Wars starts, like Vader's evaporating and kasplatting and like force killing anyone in his fucking like path.
It's just
Like-
real
He's badass,
Force
yeah.
Unleashed shit going
Like
on.
so, yeah, it's the most epic part of the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like inarguable.
For sure. Yeah.
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 So why is he decrepit old fuck? Like, I'm the master. Like,
I can't move.
It ruined that bit.
Yeah.
It made it acceptable. It was fine. Like people said, oh yeah, the way they're fucking fighting in Phantom Menace, like makes it was like, yeah, but this is years on. They're old men now. That's
It's
fine.
understandable.
You got fans.
You can't say that from 4 minutes beforehand.
No, you can't.
Find an excuse,
I've forgotten
can I?
everything.
Yeah.
Like
Can't
forums
defend it.
everywhere.
I can't defend it. I've thought about it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I'd said Rogue One was brilliant, and like I loved it, and it's like, "Oh, it fixed so much stuff." Then my brain just suddenly went, "You know what? It broke something, and it broke it good."
We spent $300 million answering a 40-year-old fan forum question.
If they built this massive, massive, massive planet, yeah, that was totally unstoppable, how come it was so easy to blow up in an exhaust port?
Well, we'll just spend
Why do
300
they sound
million
like that?
quid answering that fucking question.
So, so essentially, what they need to do now is a worse cut of Rogue One where Vader isn't quite so
that's
badass,
right.
right?
But Vader should be badass, so that's, it's...
No, he should be, yeah. Or go back and fix the... Never mind.
Oh,
they broke it.
yeah,
They did though, but
You guys see
broke,
Chris
they
Pratt,
broke
though?
a piece of New Hope. That's all they've done. They haven't. Rogue One in itself is outstanding.
Oh yeah, it is. It's great. Great movie.
But Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan movie, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's going
They
to be
could
he's going to
re-edit.
be young badass, and he is as Ewan McGregor. He's incredible, but yeah.
I'm sure he will be. Yeah.
But it's
Poor
do you
Star
think
Wars.
poor Star Wars does? Well, it's kind of getting its arse handed to it right now as
Yeah.
we speak.
Oh yeah, Disney
Yes,
must
it
be
is.
crying. That Disney is kicking Disney's ass.
We now
Damn
have
it,
a
Disney, you've done such a good
space
job.
opera about fathers and sons.
I mean, because I got to think that like Fast 8's current reign of box office opening isn't going to last much longer than like May the 8th.
No, it isn't. But what's interesting is Vin
No,
Diesel
it won't.
can't be too bothered that
No.
he's now sitting at
No,
1
he's-
and 2 in the
Yeah.
box office charts.
Whoever his agent is...
I am rich.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Oh yeah. It can't suck to be Vin Diesel right now.
No, it cannot. And they're great films. I love Fast 8.
I mean, it's
I really
great.
do.
It's made us all completely forget that fucking Triple X even got a sequel. Like honestly,
Yes.
Now I've said that, have you just
Thank
remembered
goodness.
this second that Triple X had a sequel?
I
I
actually
still haven't
tried
seen it.
watching it, the
I
new
haven't
one.
seen it.
I tried.
I saw the trailer and I
I
thought,
tried.
yeah, I don't want to see that.
I haven't seen it.
But like,
I really did try.
We need these bad films though, so we can realise how good the good ones are.
Without this, yeah,
you know what I mean, don't you?
the
There's
whole
a-
sweet ain't a sweet thing.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
yeah.
Without that's right. Without the salt, the sweet ain't a sweet or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
Something along those lines.
and I but for me, at least probably in the last 10 years, Guardians 2 has to be a winner.
I think I can't get away from the fact that I love this movie so much that I think it could be one of, if not my favourite film.
Well, I'll tell you in 5 years.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
The 5-year rule.
5-year rule.
Oh,
The
okay.
5-year thing.
So
5-year
if
rule.
it's still what's
So how
the
long's
rule?
the first one been out?
If it's still your favourite film in 5 years' time, then it's
first
your
one's
favourite
not
film
quite
of all
there yet.
time.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can't say, oh,
Because that is my favourite film, but I can't say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so you have
So
to
it's
wait
my,
5
all
years.
right, then,
as
so
well.
it's my favourite film of the year, I think, at least.
Oh, it's definitely the film of the
That's-
year. That's of us as so far.
yeah.
So
because
far,
we're still-
there is
yeah,
some
we are
potential.
still pretty-
Obviously, Kingsman 2 sounds
There's
potential.
some huge potential still to follow. We are only, of course, at the end of April.
And that's beating some great films already, because we've had Logan, and that was
we've
phenomenal.
got episode 9 to come at some point this
We
year.
have
Thor
Logan.
Ragnarok looks fucking amazing. Like Spider-Man looks
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Justice League's gonna
Yeah.
be on.
I'm not. Thank you. That's about to go.
Don't mock it.
Like Justice League had me until I saw Cyborg, and I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Do you know what? And I hate it because
I hate it because I'm DC.
because, yeah, DC is.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm partially.
Check out DC
I'm
Comics
partial.
and DC fucking TV. fucking kicks ass.
TV.
I'm partial to
DC
animation
animated
as
movies
well.
fucking
Do you know
kick ass.
Yeah.
what it is? I think I've worked it out. Marvel have kind of, the way they've done their whole film universe, they're still sticking with, the essence, their comic book films. DC are just taking themselves way too serious.
Oh yeah, no.
That's
There's the nail.
problem.
There's the head.
Jeff Johns, just give the job to Greg Berlanti.
Ugh.
Everything will be fixed.
Oh, it's just fucking.
The man can do 24 to 48
There's real stuff I
hours
don't
of
get.
it a year.
Like fucking.
I think he can manage
Barry
2
Allen
hours.
is fucking super fast. Like, why is he adding weight to himself with a metal suit? Makes no fucking sense. If you're
You want to
They
be
just
lightweight,
need to
don't you?
strip it down, go
Yeah.
back to basics.
like, it's the first time really Flash's fucking uniform has ever changed.
And there's no reason for it, you
Yeah.
know.
Because the
like you
original
said.
Flash uniform doesn't belong to our current Flash, right? So that's fine. That's the
fine,
Jay Garrick fucking stupid helmet, fucking like cheesy looking awful thing. Somehow
That's
managed
so
to make it
cheesy,
look
isn't it?
okay in the fucking TV series. I don't know how they pulled that off, but they did. It looked all right. Right. But it's the first time they've made a real change ever to the Flash's costume, and it looks terrible.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest
Does
fan
look
of
a
it.
bit
He
ridiculous.
looks like an action figure.
Yeah, which is weird.
Do we-
because
do
they
we
seem to
think
try and
Wonder
make it for an
Captain-
older audience.
The other thing though that I don't understand is in the TV universe you've got, you know, people are really loving the series.
The series. Yeah. No, they love Steven
so-
Seagal. They love...
So why on
Go on,
earth are you not using Amel, Grant Gustin? You know, all
Because
these
Zack
people
Snyder says
that
that's not our universe.
Fuck
I
Zack
don't give a
Snyder,
fuck.
fucking Zack Snyder's ear.
he's talking bollocks.
Yeah.
Order!
That's my opinion.
I'll have order here.
I just,
Okay, what
Yeah.
about Wonder Captain? I mean, Wonder Woman. Do
Wonder-
we think that's going
Wonder
to be?
Captain.
honestly, I think this is going to be a good movie. All right.
Yeah, it looks
they
good.
just, do you know what my problem is?
It's
They
Chris Pine.
make all of these films too
Yeah.
dark. Like
Yeah, it's
visually,
the
as
grey
well.
grey blue tone again.
It just
yeah.
it really puts a downer on. To
I
me,
DC should be darker than Marvel.
I get that.
Yeah.
But
We're agreed with that.
there's something about
Yeah.
them when I watch
They
them.
they tried making
And
them all
Batman.
bright and colourful before, and fucking like look what happened.
Yeah, Batman and Robin exist.
No, I get that.
Batman and
but-
Robin. Yeah.
But there's something when I watch them, I just kind of feel sad inside.
Yeah.
What if Joel Schumacher...
Which is why Suicide Squad was good. I don't care what anyone
Because
says.
yeah,
Suicide
it
Squad
was
was
a
good.
bit
Got the
more,
colour.
Bit
Yeah,
more colour.
Nah.
But it
more
was still
playful.
dark.
exactly. It had exactly the right.
It fit the aesthetic of the comic book, which
Yeah.
people would complain, and they never
just-
fucking read the thing. Like they don't know what it's about.
Well, if you tell me there's Power Ranger putty men in the comic books, then fair enough. But that bit just killed it for me. I was like, no.
Really?
Will Smith on top of the car killing putty men.
Putty men.
Yeah. Yeah,
What-
thousands
what?
of these
I'm
weird ass.
confused.
I'm
Power
confused as
Ranger
well.
looking
Did he
bad
watch the
guys.
same movie as everyone else?
No, you know the things with all the eyes on them or whatever they were.
Yeah.
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 Look like Power Ranger bad guys.
Yeah,
They
but that
could have
movie's
done
still
better
better
than
than
that.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that one.
Yeah.
Still
So
better.
yeah, there's also a Guardians game out.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should probably get
Yes.
to that because
We
we're
should
like
get to
out
that.
of time already. But we
Yeah. We'll continue for a bit longer.
yeah. Let's do the Guardians game
Yeah.
because I know nothing of the game.
All right, so it's from Telltale, who've given us Walking Dead.
And in general, their
Tales
games are
from
pretty good, aren't they?
Borderlands. Yeah,
Oh,
Game of
Borderlands,
Thrones.
yeah.
Telltale games are amazing.
Batman.
Like it's very, very much Tales from the Borderland, which is good because that's what I was hoping if they were going to do like something like that.
Yep.
Then I'd want it to be in that sort of funny sci-fi aesthetic, which you know they have done. So thank you for that. That's what I wanted, and it's funny. It's genuinely good as well. It's not set between movies. There is no original cast. Nolan North is doing the voice of Rocket, so
I love that man.
there's stuff to like. Kill Thanos like within the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, which is
Really?
interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
Which
Yeah,
makes
it's
me think
very
at some point they're going to
interesting
go
way to go.
fucking back in time with
Yeah, I think so.
whatever thing and
I-
like change
One of the
stuff.
stones,
I've
right?
been hearing though,
Yeah.
hearing word of people. Apparently though, it's not kind of what people expected.
That's because
And is
fucking
that
like games journalists got the wrong end of the fucking stick and they thought it was going to be set between the two movies.
Yeah, they said
a lot
they
of people
thought it
were
was
saying
part
that.
of the canon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I heard that from about 4 or 5 different sources before I even fucking said it. And I'm guilty of it. I said it as well. I'd heard that all the original cast were going to be doing the voices. There was so many reports, and Telltale did nothing to fucking like stop people, because at the end of the day, people were talking about their product, and they're like,
Yeah, they're not
"Fucking
going to moan about it,
Publicity.
are they?
Yeah.
we're not stupid." But it sits somewhere nicely between the aesthetics of the current comic books and the movies. It's related very much so to both, so it doesn't matter where you're coming from, you're going to recognise it.
Cool.
Yep.
And awesome
Right.
soundtrack, and each episode is named after a song.
That's a really good idea, actually.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, the soundtrack's such a major thing to the whole.
Yeah.
And these are not songs that are in either movie either.
No, and
It's new music.
So, and also, if you want to check out other Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks, you can also get the soundtrack to the animated series as well.
Now this
The
interests
Cosmic
me.
Mix.
And is that as good as? Would you say, or?
Well, the soundtrack, yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's one of the very few animated series out there that actually use proper licensed songs, because it's such a big part of that
Yeah.
that universe.
You had to, yeah.
You know.
No, but I like
have
that
to,
it is
sure.
the music is a constant, no matter what version you're watching.
Yeah, and it was never
You know
really
that
brought
the
up.
soundtrack's
Never really
always-
brought up in the comics up until the movie happened, and now it's become part of the feature of that character,
And it drives-
so it should do. You know,
It drives
sometimes
Peter's characters.
sometimes something will happen outside of the comic books that will make perfect sense, and then create either a character or create a nuance of a character. You know, such as Harley Quinn starting off in
Yeah.
Batman, John Diggle in Arrow. All of these people are now proper canon things. You know, so
Yeah.
these things. If you find a quirk for a character that works outside of it, I'm glad that so many comic book creators go, "That's fucking great. Wish we'd thought of it. Let's do it." You know, so
So you're a fan of the game.
yeah, I loved it.
It's
The game
I
is
really did.
It's definitely Telltale as well. There are moments in the game where I was literally going, I don't know which decision to make, which is true Telltale. You know, it's going to affect
yeah,
your
right.
world. It's the same as the others. Who do I choose? I'm going to have to go back and play it again just to see what
'Cause
else.
what do
the
you do?
choices are,
Some
right?
are good, some bad,
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly, yeah.
that is it. Bit of both.
Adventure book.
But that's why I think these games are good though, because you can play them kind of in one mind frame,
Yeah,
finish it, then go back and completely change your decisions, and it's a whole different
it's like
story.
Mass Effect. I played that whole game like I was fucking Star-Lord. Like I even dressed my guy up to make him look like Star-Lord. I chose all scarlet colours and all the rest of it for my cast, and then some of it goes onto the ship as well, depending on what you're wearing, and then your crew starts wearing the similar colours to you, so it all looks uniform based. So it's great. I just played
Nice.
the whole game like that because there was always a smart ass answer, smart ass but heart in the right
And
place
that
answer.
fits you very well.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you basically have your whole crew looking like Ravagers at one point?
Yeah, basically, it was the way forward for me. You know,
Amazing.
But
And
let's
that's
do
the
that.
thing as well, though, because you are making your own decisions. When you're talking to other people who are playing the game, it's almost as if you're kind of playing two separate games.
I just want to shout out Stallone at this point as well. We've neglected to mention.
Oh yeah. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
in one of the last sequences as well, there are a few people that don't know what the fuck was going on. That was the reuniting of the original cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
For anyone
yeah.
who didn't know, Yondu was originally a Guardian. I don't know what they're calling them in this because it's just a weird coincidence they got that same name. I just got killed by
But
a
it was a
really big
nice
dude
touch. Yeah.
who I didn't see.
Really good.
Ving Rhames as well.
Yeah, Ving Rhames. Yeah, that was great. It was brilliant. It was just a lovely little touch. There's all that, and I would watch that movie.
Yeah.
Stallone is Starhawk, man.
It's like, wow, okay. And of course, we've got the Inhumans coming as a TV series, and I've got to assume that James Gunn's going to be overseeing that as well.
I hope so.
Like, because the Inhumans mix in with the Guardians an awful lot, like Black Bolt and all that lot come across.
And then
Chance of
it.
cameo, you think?
they
Who knows?
cross over.
There might be. You might see some. I don't know. You know, like you get like Lady Sif in. Shield and all the rest
I
of
know
it.
what you mean.
So
Yeah.
you might see Nebula.
Yeah.
Or someone like
That
that.
kind of crossover.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that'd be
would-
pretty cool.
Would Chris
Yeah.
Pratt do it? Yeah, probably he would.
Yeah, he would.
But
Yeah.
with the Guardians, you buy one, you got to get them all.
And the other
True.
thing is, of course, we're going to see them in Infinity War.
Yeah, but some of the
Yep.
side characters you could certainly see, without a doubt. So that would be pretty cool.
So I believe it's like an 8-part miniseries. All right.
Yeah, I believe so. Because they already did some bits about the Inhumans in Agents of Shield. I mean, they kind of cocked it up a little bit to the point where Feige went, "Well, we're not going to do that movie now." and then somebody said, "Well, we could probably still rescue this as a miniseries. We haven't talked about Black Bolt and all the rest of it. King of the Inhumans, So it's a guy whose voice is so fucking powerful that he can kill the world if he even speaks. So it's kind of cool. There's some pretty cool shit.
Who's the other guy that you talked about that you spotted? You were like, oh wow.
Oh yeah. There was the Watchers, wasn't there? That was cool.
Yeah.
Like they were in there
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Which is cool. 'Cause I was saying to.
I'm pretty sure we saw Sakaar briefly when they were doing the planet drops.
Yeah.
And that was a funny fucking
I
moment
think that's
as well,
right.
to be honest, as well.
What when they were jumping through?
There was one
Like
where
on an
two
acid
people
trip.
were fighting. I'm pretty sure that was Sakaar.
That was like, to me, in my head I was thinking, I wonder if he sat there and went, we need to have a moment where two of these characters look like they're basically on acid, and how can we work that into a PG?
That was funny. It was funny.
It was really funny. And the genius of the thing that happens after with Groot is just, that is exactly what a baby would do, and the way it's done.
Can I just kind of chuck in?
Yeah.
Again, though, Groot. If I could have a baby Groot, I want one.
You've got a dancing Groot there.
I know, but oh my god!
You have one.
You want a real
baby,
one?
the baby
Yeah.
Groot. They do. There's
The
Mattel.
emotion. The
They do
fact
sell
that
them.
It's a fucking tree.
the
But
Mattel. Mattel have done one. They've done They've done. You can
Do
buy
one.
You can buy baby Groot, and he's all singing, all
I'm gonna
dancing.
have to get one, I think. But the emotion that they put on a tree. There were times I nearly cried.
Oh, his little facial
Because of-
expression.
When they were
Yeah.
beating down on him and pouring drinks on him, that was
that
pretty
killed
fucking
me.
sad.
Yeah, it's harsh.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So it was good that.
I also enjoyed the synergy of one parent getting a fucking brain tumor, another one having a fucking brain tumor. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Kind of calmer.
Yeah, I enjoy synergy. It's good. I like when stuff balances. It's nice.
Yeah, and of course the opening
Gives me a
of the
warm
first
feeling
movie.
inside.
The opening of the first movie is quite dark. Yeah, the opening of the second movie is very, very light.
Oh, and makes the opening of the first movie even fucking darker by the time you get to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I said that poor dude. 2 dads?
And that's the thing, if you were to go by the beginnings of these films, you would almost think, okay, these are two completely different kind of films.
They are, if you look at
But-
both openings, but
yeah.
then comparatively, when you put
It
them all together,
just fits in so
it does
perfectly, and-
balance. It does balance really well.
I would love to tell you all a bit about Prey, but I've got a feeling I probably should have played this with fucking sound. Because honestly, I've got no clue what I'm doing. I seem to be doing okay.
We'd love to tell you about Prey. I mean, you've seen
I
it.
seem to be doing okay.
You've seen it.
I'm
That's
making
good
my
enough.
way through it. I've died a couple of times.
It's the first hour is available now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I-
you guys
It's
should
fuck
just check
all
that
like the
out.
original. So if you didn't like the original, go for it. If
Then
you
you'll
love
be
stuff
happy.
like Bethesda, that they do. I mean, it's got
It's Bethesda.
it's Bethesda written all over. I mean, look at it. It's
Yeah.
Fallout and all that lot, all sort of combined in a smaller space. Yeah, it's very much one of their games.
Is it
That's
is it
what we're gonna say
anything
about
like
them.
Dead Space?
No.
No.
I
I
know.
have
Simple
gleaned that much
answer there.
information.
I
It's
knew
nothing like
well,
Dead Space.
I suppose the settings like Dead Space. Except for the difference, I kind of knew what I was doing in Dead Space. Oh, that's an understatement. I kick
Probably
ass at
doesn't
Dead
help
Space.
though that you're not really, you're chatting.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff, so
yeah.
if you could probably.
Yeah, you need to hear.
Focus.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
a horror
you-
game. So, yeah.
Probably maybe do a separate
I just did
playthrough
something
video.
very dumb.
Maybe we should
comment.
do that.
Yeah, so it comes out on the 5th.
It
Comes out on
does.
5th May. We should have some gameplay up for that.
Funny
soon.
enough, the same day
That'd be cool.
as Guardians in the States. So again, all
Yeah.
goes together. See,
Yeah,
I
it
thought
all
about this.
goes together.
All fits together.
May
See,
5th.
there was just one thing that I wanted to just get in
Okay.
because it all sounds like you're getting ready to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a bit chilly.
Sorry, can I just
Yeah,
just
putting a
add in
blanket on.
one thing that I just want to say that I'm really happy about this week. This
Okay.
is news that I heard.
Yep.
because everyone knows that I'm a massive Harley Quinn fan.
Yes.
And Tara Strong has been doing her voice for years and years and years.
Yes.
It's been absolutely epic.
Yeah.
Harley now has a new voicer.
Yeah, for the upcoming
For the new
Batman and
film.
Harley animated.
And it's such an iconic voice that I was like, ugh, who would they pick? And they've
Richter
chosen...
here.
What?
Who?
Rutger Hauer.
No, they. Was it,
Yeah, Richter
Melissa,
here.
Melissa Rauch. Rauch, is that how you say it?
Rauch.
Rauch. Yeah, from the Big
I say
Bang
Rauch
Theory.
just because
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory.
That's interesting.
Ah,
he-
that's interesting.
Yeah, and
What-
hearing just a few little odd bits.
I mean, just think about how sweet that character talks on the show, and then goes fucking psychotic
Yeah.
a second later.
It's the
Yeah.
perfect choice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm really
she
She
happy.
kind of looks
It's-
like Harley
it's-
Quinn as well.
Yeah,
The bird
So
with
just-
the glasses, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and like so, but Kevin Conroy and
They're
that lot are
back.
still doing
Yeah.
the original, and it's being made to look
Good.
like
Okay.
The
animated series.
But I just wanted to
Huh.
say that all the downside
And it's being done by
of-
Bruce Timm as well, which is
Yeah.
fucking brilliant.
Yep.
So all the stuff that they're doing in the films that DC aren't quite getting it. I just wanted to say well done to DC for
DC animated.
making a
DC animated's
bloody
good.
awesome
You're fucking
choice.
killing
The
it.
animation.
DC animated
is
stuff.
amazing.
is
You
great.
can download obviously paid for download the Judas contract.
Yeah.
Teen Titans Judas contract now, and I believe it comes out for sale in the next week or so.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yep.
I'm sure that's great. I'm waiting for my Blu-ray copy because it gets you don't get like a free figure with
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 a
a
download.
download. So, so I'm waiting for that, and then I also get the UV copy as well. Anyway, but yeah,
guys
so
should
far they haven't missed a beat with any DC animated movie. Like I know they've just re-released the Wonder Woman one from a couple of years back as well.
I love
Makes
that
sense.
one. It's awesome.
Yeah, and look, the
So
Dark
the
Justice
writers
was
need to
fucking
go
great.
from there to the
They
features.
do. Like I said, it'll get
Yeah.
Berlanti involved
Yeah.
because Berlanti's got a grip on
like
it.
it's fantastic. As I say, then there's going to be the Teen Titans TV show. That's news. That's coming.
That should be interesting.
And that apparently that's going to have like Nightwing and but
Teen Titans.
that's going to be Greg Berlanti. So if Nightwing's in there, that means fucking Batman's out there somewhere.
Our cat
That'd be nice.
absolutely
And Batman's
loves
been out
Teen
there a
Titans.
while because it's going to be Nightwing. So Batman's on a couple of Robins by this point. So he's out there somewhere. We might get to see him the same way we do Superman in Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So Beast Boy's going to be in it. Starfire, Raven. No,
And I know that
all the
someone
proper ones everyone knows. So.
I know someone really
Yeah.
looking forward to watching that is our cat.
Yeah, well,
Because
our
she's
cat is a massive Teen Titans fan.
Titans.
Huge Teen Titans fan.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if we need to keep her fucking
Oh,
occupied and
okay.
quiet, then we put Teen Titans on and she fucking
Just sits
sits there and watches it.
That's awesome.
Second she hears like the theme music,
She's
her
there.
ears perk up and she's there.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody else found that weird.
Titans, Teen Titans, let's go.
And that's what Keith would sound like if he was a small Japanese girl.
Awesome.
I'm not
On
writing
that
that
note,
apology.
It probably mean I'll have some sort of pervy uncle looking at my underwear.
Oh, what? No, there it is.
Anime, dude.
Pervy Sage.
Anime.
Anime.
Yeah, for reals. Yeah.
Can I get a plug in there? Can I go all commercial?
I
for a
don't know.
second?
I've never seen him do that. Tentacles. I've seen.
Oh wow!
Never.
No, but
applied.
actually, if you do love your anime, you guys should check out. If you got a View
Are
Cinema,
you sure after I said that you want to plug?
No, I think I should. But if you guys have a View Cinema near you, once a month they are playing new anime movies. So they've now incorporated anime into their schedule.
Yeah, they did the sword art. And all
They
that,
did
didn't
Sword Art Online. Their upcoming is
Next
Fairy
one is-
Tail.
Fairy Tale. Dragon
Yeah,
Story.
that's the
Yeah.
next one. But they once a month they'll be playing some anime
I do like
in the
me some
original
Fairy Tail.
language. In the original language as well, so it's not dubbed. You guys can go and see that on a big screen and enjoy it in its full glory.
And this is why View are awesome.
Yeah.
Because they do. And there's one other thing, actually. When we visited our local one recently, another kind of plug for them, they're also doing something which I think is absolutely amazing. And they're doing...
Oh yeah, yeah.
they're
we want to talk
doing
about this.
Yeah, they're doing showings for autistic
They do.
children,
That's quite right. They
adults,
do. They have
Yeah,
autism-friendly screenings.
it's a new
Yeah.
thing, isn't it? Yeah.
which I think is absolutely amazing. So
Yeah.
if any of the listeners,
Yeah,
if,
I mean,
if you-
our family our SOC UK family has 2 autistic children in it. So,
yeah, so
it's
something
a big
like
deal
that
for
is
us.
very it's
Yeah.
close to our hearts. But
Yeah.
so
it
it's
is.
something that we would gladly push, and I think everyone should know about. So yeah, if you're affected, then know that you can still kind of go to the cinema and have a enjoyable experience.
Yeah,
And it is enjoyable experience. Actually, I have actually sat in on an autism-friendly screening, and the energy and the atmosphere is actually so much fun. Everybody in there is really cool, and it's like it was awesome.
It's funny actually talking about autism. We were saying like how Guardians characters like Drax and Groot can probably really relate, like have autistic children relate to those
Yeah.
two characters.
Big
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, Drax with his like says what he's thinking,
bluntness,
his
yeah.
bluntness,
Yeah, his bluntness.
social awkwardness
Yeah.
that he's unaware of.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Groot,
Henry-
Groot with every way he does the shy, unspeaking, sort of thing, who can be
Yeah.
the hero. So,
But
it's-
also can be
Yeah.
brutal when he wants to be, but in a good
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
in an energy channeled in the right way. Absolutely, and like I say, and it is going back to and what are you doing? I think it's a great thing. I think it really is, because you kind of get special screenings for special reasons, whatever, and you kind of go, oh, that. But actually, it was I can't remember what movie it was, but energy was just fantastic. It was such a great environment and a great crowd, and it was just amazing. It was beautiful.
yeah, I think this
beautiful
week they're
thing.
doing like Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was.
spread the word and.
Yeah, and absolutely, you can take your children, and it's a great time. It really is.
So,
It's
is there
good.
anything else that's coming out or that we need to talk about?
We've got obviously. Well, I think we'll do a separate podcast on Alien Covenant. That's upcoming. That's real soon. That's
Yeah.
like May
Yeah,
12th.
When-
that
when's-
needs its
when's
own
Alien
time,
Day?
doesn't it?
Alien Day's been. It was yes.
It's been,
No,
yeah.
it was. This is a clever. There's a clever thing with Fox. They did it the day before. Guys,
Anyone who
before,
was
in the UK.
lucky enough to see that got to see a little bit of a preview of
Yeah.
Alien Covenant.
So you get Prometheus and you get
Believe me
Alien and
when I tell
Prometheus,
you,
and then
oh my god, you're gonna shit. Like,
Literally.
like it was fucking amazing.
Ridley Scott is back.
Oh my god, probably the most intense 15 minutes of cinema I've seen in years. Like,
Yeah, is it like edge of your seat? Like, because you saw, I didn't see this yet. You saw this.
It would have
You're
been the
like-
edge of the seat, except for I was like 2 feet higher because of the pile of shit underneath me.
that good. Well, that's what you expect from an alien movie, though. You want to
and
you
that's-
want
yeah,
to
that's
shit
what you
yourself.
want.
Any of those naysayers
Well-
who said, "Oh yeah, Prometheus was Prometheus is setting up this movie." Like,
Yeah, Prometheus
fucking,
is
it's
important.
worth it.
I
you
think
know?
Prometheus is important to this movie. But we stand by Prometheus. We liked it.
I
didn't
like
we?
Prometheus.
I liked it.
It's an acceptable movie.
I still don't know why there was an alien at the end of it. It didn't need that.
It was good.
Because studio said so.
Yeah, an alien was not required at the end of that movie. I got the movie.
No, it
I
wasn't.
didn't need to be given.
But
an
I like
alien.
Prometheus.
Right,
It's
here we
good.
go. Quickly look. There's a deacon. Right. Here's the credits.
Yeah. It did feel like that though, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did feel like there was a conversation that probably went on for about a week going, I'm not fucking putting that in there. Well, you have to, because this is an alien movie. I'm not fucking... Look, hang on a fucking second. Who created this fucking franchise?
I assure you, this fucking chest bursting rivals John Hurt. Like, I'm telling you.
Oh, wow, okay.
Really?
That's a strong preview.
To give you an idea of what we saw.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not
think,
shown
yeah.
in the trailers, is it? Okay.
No.
No.
And
This
it's
is
not
footage.
strictly speaking a chest burst either.
This is footage directly from the movie, but obviously screened for all the guys that went along and bought their ticket for Alien Day, which was the Prometheus and Alien double bill, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then you got, as a bonus, as a thank you for coming out, you got some 15-20 minutes of Alien Covenant to just set you up ready
you
for,
got 2 scenes.
which is great. I know you guys saw that.
And
And
yeah, that was enough to make me think, right, I have to see this film. Whenever.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, we will
The
talk more
trailer
on
is
that.
being very tame in what it's showing you.
Well,
Yeah, I think it deserves its own.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing it next week, but what I'm going to do is wait for you guys to catch up, and then
I
we should
think
do
we're
that.
going to redo Alien like this week. Like
Yeah,
go
start
through
to
it all.
finish.
Yeah.
And
So, the whole thing,
So
or
you
you're
wanna
going to kind of go
I don't know
Prometheus
I
and then.
don't know. That's my point. I don't know whether to start with Prometheus or
I've
end
had
with it.
this conversation with myself. That sounds weird.
don't
I've had
know
this
whether to
conversation
start
away
with
this
it
morning
or end
going,
with it.
where shall I watch and what shall I not watch yet?
Maybe leave
don't
that
watch
in the comments
Resurrection.
as well. Where should we start?
I
Where
have a
should we
feeling I
start?
should end on Prometheus, like because this is the next movie I'm going to see, and it goes directly on from that one. I want that
But
to be the
isn't
freshest in my
Prometheus
mind.
before
Yes.
the Sigourney Weaver
Yes.
legacy?
Yes.
So maybe we should just watch Prometheus.
Yes, but still.
Yeah,
Aliens.
do that.
If this movie, right, here's how I want to do this. If this movie is as good as the footage that you saw, I'm probably going to see it next week, and then I'm probably going to come back and get you guys and go, right, we should do this together so we can do the podcast.
Yeah.
That probably it's probably going to be one of those I need to fucking see this twice things like Guardians.
Yeah.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's coming up 12th of May. It opens. And also there's some stuff out. There's some smaller stuff out next week we should look at. I know Ruben was talking about Colossus. Is it Colossus? Which is a movie that just came out of the blue, and Ruben actually brought it to me. I was like, "What the shit?" And then I realised I'd been sent a soundtrack for it, so I should probably pay more attention to my post. Oh God, I forgot it. Ruben, help me out.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway is in this movie, and it's got a monster in it and all sorts of crazy stuff. But it actually looks quite cool.
A lot of high budget
does.
monster
Looks
movies
pretty good.
this year.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
I think when I see this, it's a good time
The
for
monster
fucking
year.
sci-fi right now. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we got to, I haven't looked at the lineup for May, but I know obviously Alien's kind of the big deal in May. And also, yeah, like I said, there's some smaller movies coming out which are definitely worth looking forward to. So
Yeah.
we'll talk more about those over the coming weeks.
Nothing else that we can think of. It's still slow going where games are concerned.
It is also
Like, obviously, Prey's coming out.
I think Guardians has
Injustice
overridden
2.
everything ever right
Oh yeah,
now.
Injustice 2. When's
In
that?
May?
End of May.
Yeah, middle of May.
Middle of May.
It plays really good. It's as good as the first one, if not better.
Yeah.
Fluid in gameplay. Really, really fun.
Middle
Yeah,
of
I'm
May.
looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Um,
we seem to have like a skip week, don't we? Like there's stuff happening middle of May. I'm sure there's something, and I'll remember after we've.
The thing I'm really looking forward to is the new Micro Machines game. I'm really looking forward to that.
You always love those games, though, dude.
love
I never
those
got
games.
them. I never got
love
them.
those games.
I never got them, but I know you used to play them for hours.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
so there is some other stuff, and I'm sure we'll catch up on because, like I say, off the top of my head, I can't remember. It kind of goes weird, like for the next week, because I think like everybody stateside's catching up,
Yeah.
and then we move on to Alien and stuff like that. So
And all
yeah,
the DC stuff starting to wrap up on TV.
of course. There's,
Lucifer's back this week on Amazon.
Definitely
Lucifer.
looking forward to that one.
I love
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Can't wait.
Thank
to
you for that, by the way,
finish
because
that series off.
you guys introduced me to that, and then you went on
That's
holiday,
awesome.
and you were just like,
Talking of great soundtracks, Jesus man, that soundtrack knocks out the pass.
"Did you
every
mean
episode.
to say Jesus? That's impressive."
No, I didn't. Such a good story.
It is. No, it's great. It's great. And I say I didn't really discover it. You told me about it, and then I saw it when you guys were away, and because
Yeah, it's
I
so
went
much
through it.
better than the first series as well. The second series,
Yeah, it
and I
really
really
kind
like
of
the
builds
first series.
and
And the
builds.
second season's even better. It's just so far it's been like pretty flawless. Like, oh,
I haven't seen any in the second season yet, so
oh man,
You should.
Oh,
I need to catch up.
there was an episode in that like basically brought me to tears. Like, it's just like fucking amazing.
Sebastian Blood's in that, isn't he? That's an Arrow reference.
Oh, the
Yeah.
actor, like,
Yeah.
the character. No, you can't say shit like that because DC crossovers.
It's a DC universe. Of course it is. The actor. Yeah.
Yeah, the actor. I don't think we're like Preacher 2's well on its way. So
It's almost.
I didn't finish it.
it's
I need to
almost-
finish it. I didn't
they've
get around
almost
to finish.
finished- they've
Not
almost
for any
finished
other
filming that.
reason than it wasn't good. It was great. I just didn't get time.
Yeah,
Because I think I only saw like one or two
Uh,
episodes.
What I'm really enjoying at the moment is Into the Badlands. Loving that.
Nick Frost
On
is in
Amazon.
that, is he not?
Yeah, and he's fantastic. Like flipping good. Like seriously, I didn't
Yeah.
expect him.
It was only, we didn't even
I was
realise.
just like,
Didn't realize I
what-
haven't watched any of the
what
second
the what?
season yet, and it's like Nick Frost is in this.
It's
like,
good
what?
Yeah.
enough to make Ruben nearly swear.
Like, and apparently
must
be Yeah.
he's not just being
Yeah.
like a funny fat guy;
Nice.
he's kicking ass in it as well.
Yeah, he
Right.
really
He's
is.
a cool guy.
Yeah. And I believed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cool
So
guy.
It's
and
good.
He's also going to be in the upcoming movie about WWE's Paige playing her father.
Is he?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
actually the young lady that's playing Paige, I think I'm doing an interview with her real soon.
Yeah?
So, yeah, because she's just done Lady Macbeth, which is out.
Jesus, try to keep it in your pants, dude. I know how much you like Paige.
No, yeah.
It's like, this will do. This is close enough.
No, she's a very nice lady. She's in
We
Lady.
are a little
Speaking
bit-
of Lady, she's in Lady Macbeth, which is a movie that just opened. So that's obviously she's kind of doing the rounds for that at the moment. We get to talk about that, and we'll talk about Paige too. And yeah, so that's going to be an interesting film.
Yeah.
I think I'm a huge fan of Paige, as you know.
Yeah.
Really?
Right, yeah. So
And we got WWE Payback this weekend as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
After the shuffle. I can't even. My brain's gone. I can't think of the words.
The Superstar Shuffle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
why did I think truffle shuffle when you said that?
Because you say
Yeah,
shuffle,
me
you hear
too.
truffle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
do.
one of those
Yeah.
things. Every day I'm truffling.
There's a video. I can see the video.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't been a meme yet.
Hey, you got right. Anyway,
Right, I think that's it. Let's do all our usual bits. We thanked you at the beginning. We mentioned them a couple of
we
times.
have.
So we covered
Thank you
them.
very much to them.
Yep.
View Cinemas. myview.com, more details on that.
Yeah.
Particularly our friends at Gunwolf Keys, you rock. Also, thanks Ruben. Thank you Sarah. Thank you Keith Souch.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you Socks the cat. Also, she's just woken up. She literally slept for the whole thing.
Quickly.
Oh.
So, score.
Score.
Score
The score.
for the movie.
Score.
Oh, it's a 5, surely.
5.
5.
It's had some mixed reviews, and I don't understand them.
5 all day
What?
long.
It's a 5.
5. What? There's mixed reviews? What?
Yeah, yeah, it's a 5. Loved it.
Ruben
Loved it.
sent me a
That's-
few 1-star reviews that he'd read.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Those people
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have souls.
From the
Yeah, no,
New
I've
York
seen
Post.
it. It's crazy.
1 star.
Yeah.
Man,
5
that's-
stars from me.
They need sacking.
You're
It's
wrong.
5 star.
5 stars.
Okay, so we all actually agree,
Yep.
which is very rare.
That's hugely rare. We all agree on a 5.
Founder agreement is so rare.
Ruben gave it a 5 too.
It is.
And actually, to be
I
fair
just-
to Ruben,
I
he gave
didn't
it
want to
4
talk to
days.
Ruben about it because I thought Ruben might fucking tell me it's a fucking 3 and I might freak out.
No. In Ruben's
Yeah, I
defense,
could have done.
you did spend 4
Fair
days
enough.
thinking about that, didn't you?
I did.
He did
yeah.
spend 4 days.
And as
pulling
I
it
was
apart in his
writing my
head.
script, yeah, I did. I wrote my script, and I just want to watch this again. I need to go watch it now. Come on, family, we're going. That's it.
That's a
My
5.
script was like, yeah.
That's a 5, man.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
a
want to watch
5.
it again
That's a
immediately
5.
afterward, it gets 5 by default.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it
Yeah.
at fucking midnight and like I was shattered. We hadn't slept very well the night before, and by the time that
Yeah.
film had finished, I could have watched it again and been wide awake and stayed awake
Yeah.
the whole way through.
And
and I'm
did
sure
that
there
thing.
will be things I spot on my second and third viewing that I didn't spot. in the
Oh,
first.
I did that thing
I'm
where I
sure.
stand up,
Yeah.
applaud, and shout, "Wind it back, wind it back."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. 2 standing ovations, man.
Yeah.
Says all it needs to say.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah, 2.
So go spend your monies on this movie. Right. James
Absolutely.
Gunn won't disappoint
money.
you.
That's 8 thumbs up from
8
us.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
a
8
that's a
thumbs up.
party I'd like to be
That
invited
is
to.
right, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
Thank you for this extended podcast.
If you watch this live, it's on twitch.tv/SOCUKTGS.
You can follow us on Facebook. Just search for SOCUKTGS
Or
or
Stupid O'Clock UK.
at SOCUK_TGS
Or
on
SOCUK
Twitter
on film.
or SOCUK on film. We have many platforms, many channels. Enjoy them all.
Yeah.
We are in the
I think-
process
I
of
think we're gonna launch
updating.
another page as well, just for comic stuff. Like,
I think we might have to. Yeah,
we may well
but
have to.
I need to catch up with updating the
I know.
film
There's
stuff.
just so
It's
much.
so
Like we read so many
slow.
comics, we watch so much like TV and animated stuff. It just needs to happen.
Yeah, because I'm like 70-hour week, and then I sit down and go, oh yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta
like
put
we
the
ain't got
fucking.
enough on our fucking plate.
Yeah,
already.
exactly. I gotta
Poor
put the trailer up now.
excuse. I'm just waiting for something to be launched at me.
You know that time.
I would have said
Don't
that, and there'll be
ever
like a group
sleep.
of 10 people that'll be the first time they've heard it, and their asses just twitched.
Brilliant.
But
Absolutely
don't-
brilliant.
But
Yeah.
everyone as well, leave us your feedback. Tell us what you think
Yeah.
of the film, of the podcast.
If
Yeah.
you were wrong and you thought the film was bad, like,
Tell us if
Tell
you think
us.
John's too slow.
Go away.
You're
If
wrong.
you get any weird static feedback off of something, tell us how that was done,
Yeah.
what caused that.
We
Uh,
just
Are you
need-
wearing nylon
we
pants?
follow us on Twitter. This is SOCUKTGS.
On Facebook, on
We have
YouTube,
Instagram.
we have Instagram, we have YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
Check out Instagram. The
Instagram
guys
is
are constantly updating.
SOCUKTGS.
We are everywhere.
I don't do the Instagram thing, but these guys, they're great with updating that shit
Yeah,
on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
I'd say, well, again, because we're kind of new to Instagram, thank you to everyone who's
got on board with the
left
following.
us some brilliant
we're starting
feedback.
to appear on Daily Motion and things like that as well.
And
We're popping up.
Reddit as well, I think.
Yeah, we
Did I
got
see some
Reddit.
Reddit shit. The other
Yeah,
day?
we got some Reddit stuff.
It's amazing when I look. I
Reddit's
casually
scary.
look through a portal and I
Yeah.
realise there's stuff on there that's either one of you guys are posting. I'm like, oh wow, we're doing that
I think
too.
I think we
That's
pop
awesome.
up on Pinterest as well. Fuck knows how that shit works, but we do.
The YouPorn thing got taken down.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Alright.
I told you guys that was a step too fucking far, but no.
So we're gonna say goodbye.
We are going to say goodbye. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week, or you'll hear us next week. We'll be in your ears.
Remember, we are Groot.